They'll toss it to Henry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Alert! Hey, orbit!
Roethlisberger now to throw on third down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away as they saw over the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
14, got it. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, baby. Turn it over. Get that ball.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Curtis Samuel. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike 30. Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Go.
They'll begin here with Bernard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
No spacing.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop, Breeland speaks. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Like 80. Mike. Yeah. Easy. Quick exit.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. He finds his target, Fuller. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. On second down, it's Henry. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Austin Hooper. His first first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete here. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, alert.
Throwing again. Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, G. 58 for Mike, 58.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jarrell Casey in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On 2nd down and 4, Roethlisberger into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. The point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury.
Here we go. Set. Black 5. Check 53. Take 2 of them.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. It's complete to Fuller. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. So now the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On 2nd and 11 now. Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Roethlisberger under pressure again, and down he goes again. Jared Davis providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 32 that time. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, alert! What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Wilson. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Curtis Samuel on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Extra point safely through. And it's now 21-7. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Watch twist.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll make it third down.
Like 80. Check 53. Here we go, D. All day defense, all good.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 33 yards that time. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Tight ends on the loose. Tight ends on the loose.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon, and the Chiefs add on to their lead. The extra point up and good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 19-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Check 53. Watch the run. Watch the run. 50.
From the 22, Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Roethlisberger. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
53. Mike 53. Hey, man.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We're ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go. I'm coming after you.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Look left, look left.
Hold.
Front it.
58, boy. 58. 58 is Mike. Hustle.
Let's go.
On first down, Wilson. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Slam.
There.
Check 24.
12. Cut.
Now Wilson on first down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. A big play there for KC. 41 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ballgame.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
14.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's second down.
Mike 54. Army.
Wilson throwing again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jarrell Casey able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's good.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
That's caught inside the 20. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Derrick Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Keep it up, guys.
On third down, Bernard. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Patrick Chung. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Like 80.
Check 53. I don't think you got it, son.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58.
Spot that.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson stepping up. He'll try and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And an alley to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On 2nd down now, Bernard. And he's got some space. Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Giovanni Bernard. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Quick, 280.
58 to Mike.
Let's go.
Back.
Check. Left hash.
Pause.
Good time.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Flushed out right. And he's out right at the 25. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down.
Go 14. Hey, 0. Took right.
Number 28, Mike. He's coming. Check in.
To throw is Wilson. From the gun, he'll throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Like 20.
53 for Mike. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike, 50.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. He's letting this one go for Fuller. That's caught at the 25. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards. On first down, Bernard. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
280.
Move there. Showing it. Showing it.
Go. Friday. Gun. Zebra. Hey, easy.
28.
On first down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Curtis Samuel, 75 yards. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
230.
Check 53. Bring it.
Jack 16.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
230.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that takes us from second to third down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Let's go, baby. First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Set hut. He put the flag. Mike 54. Coming to you.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
What's that? Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get
One left.
Hey, watch it.
Gun. Alert.
54, right there. 54.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Wilson now, throwing on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 8. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
19.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Wilson. And avoids the contact by sliding. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now it's Wilson. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
Block 80!
Mike. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Cut! 280!
3 down.
Good guys, 4 down, 4 down. Check.
Go.
Nice.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. Forced out to his left. His throw caught. At about the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Hey, one set.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson, being chased out left. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game.